You waiting for it? Okay, we're live.
Hello.
Never mind. I got it. All right. I thought I lost my phone, but it was right. I'm getting old. Oh,
Time
man.
for a call.
It's. I don't know. I was like yelling and shit, and it's right there in front of me. And okay, public, and that's it. I don't know why StreamYard does that. It creates the Facebook like it doesn't do a public. So, all right. So, what's up, everybody? I forgot to do my little thing here. Let me just do this for Podbean.
It's the Peter Pinho Show. Only on PPRNradio.net. This is the Peter Pinho Show.
All right. Thank you, Podbean.
Hey, I missed the part where it says something about we keeping your wife company or something.
I remember that one.
You like that one?
I do like that one. Makes me laugh every time. Hey, everybody. Happy Wednesday.
Oh, do you still have He's Hotter Than a Man Bun?
What's that?
Do you still have He's Hotter Than a Man Bun?
Is who hotter than a man bun?
I
He used
do.
to have that as one of his radio drops.
Oh.
He's hotter than a man bun. He hasn't had a 32 waist since 1982. There's a bunch like that. There's a bunch like that. So I guess Karina's not showing up, so I guess it's just the four of us. So.
Oh dear.
Karina, no. You
Yeah, so what? What are you gonna do?
Yeah,
I'm gonna start off by saying good, thank you. I'm gonna start off by saying, all right, so me and Ricky, we do these little weekend things and we just wake up Thursday and we're like, all right, let's just go here. So we moved to Florida and we were like, all right, we're gonna just take trips. We're old. We're empty nesters. We're old.
I'm older than you, so
Know
stop.
what I mean. But I still got 10 years in the workforce, so maybe I'm not that old, but still. So we like, all right, so we go on hotels.com. We've been finding these deals, which is good because it's always, it's always a really nice hotel. If you don't see my Facebook page, it's really nice hotels. So we watch this show because on weekends we go out a lot, but we don't. And when we don't, we watch the show. It used to be called Live PD. Mm-hmm. So it's now called OP Live, and it's on a station called Reels. But Live PD was canceled because of what happened with George Floyd, blah, 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 long story short. So I said, because I used to watch the show called The Wire, and I would write the streets down. Because I said, one day when I go to Baltimore, I want to see where Marlo got shot. I want to see where Avon was dealing. I'm nostalgic about TV. Mm-hmm. Dave knows this about me. So I said, we're going to go see OP Live. We're going to see, because every time we watch it, we're like, people are always saying it's not my pants or it's not my car or they're wearing the pants that the weed is in. It's not this, it's not that.
My friends.
Right. So we're like, I want to see this live. So short of getting pulled over ourselves, getting arrested, being on TV, we're like, so what we got to do is we got to set up a map. We got to watch the show live. And then we got to go to a town where it's filming. So we went to Daytona this week.
Wow.
We went to Buc-ee's. She's never seen a Buc-ee's, so she liked Buc-ee's. And
what is Buc-ee's, like a bar or something?
What? Buc-ee's is a gas station.
Oh, you said that. That's the most famous gas station. They have all this crap.
Yes, it's got like 200 pumps. And Dave's been in this one.
Have I? You say the 200 pumps thing like that's a show. You can only attend one when you go.
I'm going to tell you something right now. 50 to 60% every time I go, the pumps are always used. The beef jerky case was bigger.
What you did on the weekend
was bigger than any Stop and Shop deli case. Like this place is huge, and it's Walmart with a grocery store and a gas station all in one. So it's huge. But anyways, we go and we go to the famous strip where all the motorcycles are. We go past NASCAR or the Daytona 500.
Yeah.
We go down the strip where all the strip where they do motorcycle week. We do that. So we were like, all right, it's almost 9:00. The show starts at 9. So we got our map. We got Ricky's phone, which is watching TV, and I'm watching for the cops. So Friday we didn't get much action, so we were like, all right, let's go to this famous bar. We went to this famous bar, and we just did our thing.
So they tell you what streets they're going to be at, or you just are ready with the map to go where they just say that we're going to be in Daytona, and you
this is the fun part. That's why you have a map. So they don't tell you where they are, obviously for safety reasons.
Right.
But when you see someone get pulled over, there's usually a street sign or a landmark.
Mm-hmm.
So me and Ricky are sitting. So Saturday comes, we did the beach, everything. Saturday comes and we're ready. Like we got the map, we got everything. We saw where they were filming the night before, so we went to where they pulled someone over the night before, and we sat there. So there was no action.
So this always happens in Florida. I'm so sorry. I'm just trying to understand.
This happens with old people that are curious. So
no, I mean, the show always happens.
No. It's happened in California. They have like 11 police stations they follow.
Okay.
So there just happens to be 3 in here. One in Daytona, one in Lee County, and one in Fort Myers.
Okay, gotcha.
So we went to Daytona. So anyways, so we're sitting there at the one that they were pulled over the night before, and a cop drives by, and there's this really bright light inside the truck. I'm like, that's got to be one. That's got to be one. And it was. So we followed it, but the cop must have seen. Well, obviously we followed him for like 10 blocks. So the cop must have looked behind and seen us following him. So I tried to stay back far enough because I watch a lot of Law and Order and shit. So I tried to stay far enough behind him because I had a drink earlier in the day. I don't know if it was still on my breath. I didn't want to get pulled over. So I'm following him, and then all of a sudden he puts his brakes on and does a U-turn. And I'm like, oh, fuck. And I'm like, oh, fuck. All right. So I kept going straight, and Ricky's like, I think he noticed you. And I'm like, he probably did. So we were still sitting there. What's up, Bob? What's up, Alan? So we were still sitting there. So now here's the bad part about OP Live. We're like, watch the TV, and then you'll see a landmark, and then we'll drive there because they usually patrol this certain area in Daytona from the speedway to the beach, and then a little bit like there's a lot of bad neighborhoods in that part of Daytona. So we were sitting there, and so it comes on. It's like, all right, we're going to Daytona. So it goes to Daytona, and it's like we see the landmark. So me and Ricky were like, "Fuck, that's only 4 miles or 4 minutes away." We get in the car, or we're in the car. We're driving. We get there, and there's nothing there. I'm like, "What the fuck?" So we said, "All right, maybe we missed it." We found another one. There was a stabbing. We found it. We literally found the one. There's like $18,000 generals in Daytona, and we found the one that had the robbery. We get there, there's nobody there. So long story short, we figured out
it ain't live.
They're on a fucking 30 to 45-minute delay.
Wow.
So what we're seeing isn't what is on TV, and they're already long gone. So.
They might have to do that because there's a chance something could happen that they couldn't televise. So
I Googled it, and that's exactly what they do, Dave. They fucking.
That sounds like an exciting weekend. So that's how you know that you're white, because only a white guy is going to go chasing live PD and see a cop turn around and had a couple drinks that day, and your girl's like, "Oh, they're not coming after us."
No.
But good for you.
And
some people.
I'm brown, by the way, but go ahead.
Some people chase tornadoes. Pete and his wife chase vehicles that chase criminals.
No. Let's not put Ricky into this. She's only there for me. Moral support.
Well, wait a second. What was Ricky wearing when you were in the car with her? that
You're
night.
such a perv, Phil.
Because I'm thinking if the cop is a typical heterosexual cop and he sees Ricky's boom boom booms, he's not going to pull Peter over. He's going to be like,
Please
no.
rationalize your perviness. Go ahead.
Yeah, no. So it's just if Ricky go out again with Ricky, make sure she has something low cut and tight, and then this way, if the cop pulls you over, he's like, now what are you doing here? And it's like, oh. And
have you met Ricky? Wouldn't she never wear nothing low cut and tight?
Well, she should. I know Ricky. Yeah, she should. I mean, go to.
She always does.
So, Pete, how far would you
you sell low cut dresses? I mean, just go in there and get
if you
it.
knew the cop was gay, would you wear like backless jeans or some chaps or whatever?
He was wearing that anyway.
Probably.
It's hot.
I'm actually more of a tank top guy now. You know the old tank top guys?
Girl, the wife beaters?
Not wife beaters because I don't like them. They're too tight. I got the big, like right now I'm wearing a sleeveless shirt. But we're Florida. We dress different down here now. We're different.
Oh, I know. I went to see my dad last week and he wore the same bathing suit and tank top, I think, or it had a couple of different tank tops that were the same color. And the heat is, I don't know how you people live in Florida. First of all, the heat in July, everybody knows it's crazy, but it's like a different kind of something. We walked out of our Airbnb and without your sunglasses, I had to walk like this because the sun is so freaking bright. Feels like you're in an oven. There's like 3 lizards ready to greet me at my dad's house. One of them had the thing with the throat. I'm like, Daddy, I can't walk up the stairs. He's like, they're not bothering you. I'm like, yes, they are bothering me.
The thing with the throat? What do you mean?
It's like, it was like a bearded dragon. Like it
That's
breathed and
means.
it was like, bleh, bleh.
Yeah.
It was, ugh. And then
I'll tell you what, you get used to the heat down here. I don't care what.
never.
Yeah. You do. It's just as hot over there.
It ain't like, it's not 115 freaking degrees here and humid. It was, ugh. I could never do it. So kudos to you, Pete. And every other Floridian, I just couldn't.
Well, I tell you what, you would give me more kudos if you know what I did all day for work. So it's. I
know you're on the poles and stuff, not as a male stripper.
Yeah.
But you do the cable and stuff, right?
Yeah, I work for a fiber company, so yeah.
That's crazy.
And I'll tell you what, by 11 o'clock, I'm drenched.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
And not in a good way.
No, never in a good way when you're drenched at my age. I'll tell you what, though, it was a cool experience, though. You know what I got out of it was my wife is unique, and what I loved about it was I can go say I want to do something, and she's like, okay. You know what I mean? Like, that's a good friend, too. Like, more than a wife. She's like, you really want to go chase the on patrol guys? I'm like, yeah. She's like, okay.
So, you know what's great about you, Pete? I've known you forever, and everybody matures, right? And you're always talking about your wife and how great she is. And if you're going to be with someone, like I always tell like my boyfriend, he feels like home. Like we just do the stupidest shit together and are fun. And the fact that you're like, yo, let's go fucking find, live PD. She's like, all right, But that's true friendship, right? And then you act silly in the car, and she's down for watching you get arrested and lying to you and say the cop ain't following you.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, when I get arrested, my insecurity would be like, all right, I guess, I'd probably go to jail for 20 minutes. For me, I'd be like, all right, I guess I'll be gone for a while. You might as well go, find someone else already. That's just how I am, though. Like, if I were ever to go away, that would be like my biggest fear.
Not me. I'd be like, I'll haunt your ass from jail. When I die, put me on the mantle.
Yeah, can you put me in a jail that's got what do they call that?
Hot guys.
Not commissary, but when you're able to have sex.
Conjugal visit. Yes, conjugal visit.
Conjugals, thank you.
Yes, that's right. Well, Peter, if you're going to go to jail, insist that you're transgender. They'll send you to the women's jail.
There you go.
I'm gonna do that. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
And I'm even growing my nails out for that.
There, so you got a head start.
Yeah. No, I have to grow my nails out because I'm working with fiber and it's very little.
Mm-hmm.
And I always said I'm never gonna grow my nails out, but
You can polish them once you do.
Actually, they're kind of strong. I drink a lot of milk.
Milk does the body good.
Actually, right? Doesn't milk make the nails stronger?
It
Or is it
doesn't.
something else?
Supposed to. And your teeth and stuff.
Well, I think the teeth maybe, but not on the bones, but not the nails. Not aware of that. No.
I'm not a doctor, but I play one on TV.
What show?
All my children. You're probably too young to remember that commercial, Dave.
No, I was a kid when it was common, so I do remember but
Dave
I was leaning into it.
Dave was around when Luke and Laura got married, so
Oh my God. So how Luke raped Laura and then they get married. That happens all the time.
that's called America. That's definitely called America. I mean, no, but you know what is cool about it is it's if anybody's listening and you don't have that person where you can just talk about freely. I appreciate you saying that, Lisa, noticing that. But if you don't, what are you doing? Why are you? I'm the kind of person, if I didn't like her, I wouldn't talk about her and I wouldn't be with her.
So I have a big mouth and I keep taking over, but I have a philosophy about that, right? There's some guys who, because of their own insecurities, I think will not only not let themselves get that deep with someone, but will always be playing the field like it's cool. It's like, dude, you're 55. Really? You want chicks on the side? You probably can't keep up anyway. So it takes a lot to just be you and be with somebody. And it's the greatest feeling when you can. Like I cheated on people when I was in my 20s because they weren't paying me enough attention or what the hell ever. But you got to a certain age and all that shit is stupid.
And you know what's fucking fucked up? I think it's fucked up is we're at the point in a relationship where I'll be like, well, I guess I'm going to go out and get some pussy or something. And she'll be like, okay, whatever.
I say the same thing tonight. I'm like, if you don't keep up, I'm going to have to get
okay, sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever. I know you're not going to, but okay. We'll play this game if you want to.
Because it's like a friend banter, kind of. She knows you ain't going anywhere.
No, I don't go nowhere. That's the point. I golf and do my show and I work.
And that's nice. I mean, everybody, at the end of the day, you want someone that you can genuinely like, because sex is just sex. How long does that last? An hour tops, maybe?
Me a minute.
That's right. We've had this conversation.
Yeah.
That's how you know Ricky really loves you. She's got a minute with you and then her toys for an hour.
Exactly. So I'm going to get to you guys too with some more stories. There's one more story I want to talk about where I go on Facebook a lot and I bitch about customer service and I know Phil reads them all because he's always commenting and he's laughing right now. But I'm dealing with a couple situations to where I get so mad where people think I'm yelling. And I ordered this thing for the new car, and I've been waiting for this medicine for me. And it's like I have to call every day to find out what the status of it is.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been doing this back and forth for 2 weeks. So I finally got mad. I call U-Haul. U-Haul said they shipped something. I go to FedEx. It's in delay. I call U-Haul because it's been over 2 weeks. I call U-Haul and they say, there's nothing we can do. We got to wait for FedEx to reply to us. We'll give you a call back. Well, that was July 8th. They said that. So U-Haul said there's nothing they can do. FedEx said there's nothing they can do. So usually I'd be like, all right, fuck you. I'm writing a letter to the Better Business Bureau, which doesn't work anymore sometimes. But I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm going on Facebook. I'm bitching. I'm doing this. So I said, let me take a different outlook and a different approach of something. So I said, you know what? If lazy generation wants to have all these rules and new ways of doing things, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be them too. So I said, you know what? I don't even have to argue. I got on the phone, or no, I don't even have to call no more. That's the best part. I went on the fucking app. I went to the transaction where I paid. I clicked it and it said, would you like to make a dispute? I hit yes. I answered a couple questions and they gave me my money back within 10 minutes. So now I wrote them both an email and said, hey, I got my money back. You two can dispute it. You guys can fight with each other and find out where the package is. I'm done. And I tell you what, it was liberating.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't like to be lazy and I'll never be lazy. But for that one moment, it was nice being lazy.
I don't think that was lazy. That was a different kind of fed up.
Yeah, I think so too. Because there's like really nobody you can FedEx, what are they going to do? They're not going to respond to a Better Business Bureau complaint.
Oh, they're not.
I have a question though, because
Mhm.
I always have questions. What the hell kind of medication are you getting that you said had to be delivered by U-Haul?
I had the same question. Thank you, Lisa.
I mixed them
And
both.
how
I know. He's like, I need a truckload of Viagra and it better be here by tomorrow because I'm
picturing
like
sacks and sacks of pills. Like, what the hell are you planning for this
I-
weekend? It's going
I'm
to top
sorry.
the live
And
PD
it's still
weekend.
not here. You know what? Cancel my 200 crates of Viagra, damn it.
I'm starting a Portuguese cartel, Dave, so I need all the drugs I can get. But I put 2 stories into one. I ordered drugs from my pharmacy, my online pharmacy, and I ordered a trailer hitch for the brand new car we bought. So I'm dealing with U-Haul and the pharmacy and FedEx at the same time.
God, it's a
Wow.
heck of a two-for-one.
If I confused you guys, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't confuse us. We were just wondering what I've never gotten drugs from U-Haul ever.
You've never
What
been
a
to
lifetime,
Bridgeport.
lifetime supply of Advil.
Well,
Actually,
maybe the U-Haul was pulled over by Live PD. They found all the drugs in there. So
No, because then,
I'll tell you what,
Pete
Live-
would have found them.
yeah.
Live PD always has people in U-Hauls
Yeah.
either pulled over
Or
or
being smuggled.
something.
Yeah.
That's funny. You put all 4 stories into one. Thank you. That was good.
They're the same thing.
See?
I know you did,
I
Dave.
tried
What do you?
getting Dave, but you and I are like this. It's the quiet ones with the stoic face you got to watch out for.
Dave, what do you got going on?
Oh, nothing like that. Just trying
No,
to stay out of the
U-Haul
terrible
trailers
heat.
being delivered to your house.
Not that I'm aware of. I haven't had to call anybody. And
I
That's
saw
good.
your reel. Was that about true life story or was that
my
your
riddle.
latest reel?
Your video, the
Oh,
one with the food. Yeah.
Yeah. Me and Phil commented on it actually.
One with
Oh,
the, yeah, the food that if you're going to a club. Yeah.
yeah. That's actually, truth be told, I've been reposting a few from a couple of years ago just because I like them, and I'm sure I have other people following now that I didn't know at the time. But I think for most people, they're new to them or they forgot. So doing that as well as trying to continue adding other things and just
Can
stay.
you share whatever post they were talking about? Because I did see one of yours, but I don't remember if it's the one they're talking about. So
It's a reel where I'm kind of venting about when you're planning, and this may have even happened to you as a professional singer, when people who you know are attending the event, and as you're going and either warming up your voice or trying to, everybody's calling you to ask about things that have nothing to do with the performance. They're asking where they can park, where they can.
I did see that.
Yeah. So just saying, we appreciate that you're coming, but please understand how this works.
So, quick story. My own mother, right now, I'm sure she's not listening. Love you, Mom. She's a 79-year-old Trinidadian woman who thinks she rules everything, and I'm always going to be her baby no matter how old I am. So I'm doing a show in, I forget where, somewhere in Connecticut. She comes. She's very, very short. She calls me at 5 o'clock. Hello, darling, I'm here. Show doesn't start till 6. Okay, Ma, that's great. I'd like to warm up in the car. Billy's in there. Go ahead. Oh, okay. So hang up the phone. I'm warming up. She calls me back at 5:30. Are you ready to go in yet? No, Ma, still warming up. But if you want to go in, go ahead. Billy's in there. So who's the keyboard player and stuff. So she ends up going in. I get in there at 10 of 6, start to do my thing, right? I told her I would buy her dinner. In the middle of the show, I'm legit singing a song. Lisa, did you tell the waitress you're buying dinner? Yes, Mom. It's no problem. I'm literally, maybe 40 minutes later, and I love her to death. She's so cute, but he starts playing a song. So I know what song I'm going to do, and it was kind of a belty song. You got to mentally prepare, make sure you know the words. Lisa. And I'm her kid. So I'm like, yes, Mom. And I forget what she asked me, but it was something again about the freaking dinner. I'm like, oh my God, yes, I'm going to get you dinner. So then I have to go back out and start. And I wasn't as strong as I normally would be. So yeah, people do not realize. They think it's just, it's not really a show. You're just kind of there because you're kind of.
Yeah, it's a social thing. We're just hanging out. No, I have work to do.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I like that post. I totally get it, and you articulated it very well because it made me laugh.
And
Thank
that
you.
really goes for when I used to DJ. People would come up and
Oh, I bet.
you remember Daggles and do you remember
Oh, of
Amanda's and
course.
all them? Okay.
Are you serious?
So we'd have a DJ booth that had a closed door, and I'm like, oh, thank God, finally a closed door. No,
Yeah.
they would find their way in the door. Yeah, they would knock. I'd have to go open the door while I'm trying to mix. Now back then it was records, so when a record ran out, there's nothing I can do.
Right. Yep.
So I'm trying to mix, and I hear what? Oh, why did I lose my camera?
It's a very sensitive
trying to-
camera.
He's trying to give the full effect.
Hang
There's
on,
earthquake detection and protection.
Let me
Quite a
refresh.
knock at the booth if it make you lose the camera. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, we
wow.
lost it entirely.
Oh no. Well,
Wonder if
Phil,
they're having-
looks like you're hosted.
Oh, dear.
wonder if they're having storms. It looked like it was raining outside his window. I know
It
it's storms
looks,
here.
it looks like it's going to storm, but we're here.
Phil, are you in Florida too?
No, I'm in Connecticut. I live in Connecticut.
Oh.
Yeah, it's been storming here. A little bit of thunder and lightning, not much. I thought I saw some rain where he was too, so maybe he had a knockout. I was concerned I might lose power in the middle of this, but I don't think that's going to happen.
I doubt it.
Oh.
Well, let's talk about Pete while he's not here. No, I'm kidding.
Mm.
Oh,
I heard
here,
him.
he must have heard me.
I must have like hit the USB. Whatever. Anyways, what was I?
I
saying?
like what you put on the screen, Peter. Peter Pinho show comedians and Dave Sheehan.
I tried to delete it quick, but I
Yeah.
didn't. I had Karina up there.
Noted.
So I tried to I'm sitting there DJing, and they're like, and they would ask for Lisa, I used to play hip hop at Daggles.
Yeah.
Can you play Super Freak? I'm not playing Super Freak, bro. I'm not. I got like Mary J and everybody playing all night. I am not playing Super Freak. Or they would ask something like, "Can you play Nirvana?" I'm like, "Read the crowd." And it's always Naugatuck people. It was always Naugatuck people. Like, dude, you got to play Priest.
Everywhere.
You got to play Priest. The crowd will love it. I'm like, dude, the crowd isn't even Naugatuck people. You know what I mean? Like, they're not going to dance to Priest.
People will come up to me when I'm actually singing with the mic in my hand, grooving around. Can you do blah blah blah? And you try to ignore them, and they just keep on talking, and it's like, no. At least wait till I'm on a break to ask questions. But all I'm doing is singing. They're the ones, playing and doing all this other shit.
Yeah,
Freebird.
Yeah, Freebird. If you're watching this, you guys got to have like entertainer etiquette. We're not there because we don't ignore you because we think we're famous or. And I get it. I know why famous people ignore people, but we're not there to ignore you to think people are famous. Like someone like Dave has to remember his lines.
Someone like me,
Lisa got to remember her words.
And let me tell you, when somebody talks to me and makes me fuck up, my boyfriend, my keyboard player, who I love to death, will be the first one to be looking at me like, and then I'm like, fuck you, in a nice way. But it's a lot. You're entertaining. You got to remember there's been times where we were doing the remix of Real Love by Mary J. So it starts with the guitar. And some lady's talking to me, and I legit could not remember the first line at all. I had to run up to the keyboard. I'm like, what's the first line? And he gave it to me, and then I was fine. Like, it's a lot. We make it look easy, I guess, but
God forbid a bachelorette party should stumble into the audience.
oh God.
Art is almost annoying. Go ahead, Phil.
No, Dave, did that happen to you?
Once, but like groups of like 10 people and they're all drinking Chardonnay or it's just like, it's our night out. It's all about us. No, it isn't.
Those are the most annoying people in the world. Fucking bachelor parties, bachelorette parties.
Anybody that drinks to that excess, because I used to drink to excess. So now when I see those people, like if I'm doing a show and I'm obviously not drinking, I think I talked about it before. You watch the show, you watch people go from this to this. And then I'm always like, damn, was I that annoying? I couldn't have been. But I'm pretty sure I was.
Is it us our age to where we're like, because I hope no one ever invites me to a wedding anymore. Because the last wedding I went to, it was a big like Broadway fucking spectacle. It was they came from the top stairs, they kicked the door open, they slid down the fucking railing, like people had to have like 20. I don't want to say that because that was, but people got to have certain things for certain. I saw this DJ.
Oh.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you, this DJ pissed me off because I know I start a conversation and I go to another one. But I saw this DJ. You know, when you watch a wedding, the video is the best thing to watch a year later or a few weeks later. You're supposed to watch the wedding video back when we were younger. You're supposed to watch the wedding video on your anniversary with the wedding party and friends.
Mm-hmm.
This DJ had, first of all, it looked like he brought the club with him. Like, he has 13 boxes of light sticks. Like, grandma doesn't want to do fucking Frank Sinatra with a light stick. I don't understand it. Like, nobody does the fucking Macarena no more or electric slide. The fucking light stick. Like, it looks like you're at a techno fucking party. So, anyways, this DJ, he's doing everything. He's got the lights, he's got the speakers, everything. Fine. All right, you want to have a good show. But he's got his girlfriend with him. Now, I never brought anybody with me when I DJ'd because it's just, you don't want to tell the bride, hey, can you give me another plate? Like,
right.
And I'm too hungry to fucking share my plate with my partner. So the woman, his girlfriend, is there with him and she's filming. And then all of a sudden the wedding's over. And normally when I did weddings, at the last song, it would be the bride and groom in a circle. And I would play Last Dance or We Are Family. Just whatever. This idiot, he's filming the whole time. His girlfriend stopped filming like the half hour before the wedding was over. She must have been editing. They roll out this big screen and they played the wedding video at the wedding.
Wow.
You just ruined their fucking anniversary. Like, oh my! And then when they walk out, they want to be walked out with people holding sparklers. What's going on? What happened to our what happened to our children? Why do they need to be in such spotlight?
So they have choreography dances that they do now, and no. I mean, no disrespect to them. I don't, keep your thumbs to yourself. Speaking of which, I got my first little bit of haterade online. Can I tell you about that real quick?
Yeah, definitely.
I hope it was because of this show.
Me too. If I picked up this person's name, but anyway, so I had a gig on Saturday in Middlebury at Aldo's restaurant. Cool gig, had a blast. I'm a woman of a certain age. I work out. I like to wear things that I think flatter my body, but we all have insecurities, right? So there's a friend of mine who comes to every single show when I'm in Connecticut, which isn't too often. Sweet guy, always comes dressed in a 3-piece suit. And he always takes the obligatory selfie and he'll always take a little video. And he's like, I'm here listening to the talented Lisa and Billy, but you guys come on down. So somebody that was on his page commented, how come there's no good music venues wherever am I? Somebody else said, yes, they are. And then she said, the singer should really rethink her choice of dress. Now I could show you a picture of what I had on. Granted, it wasn't a good angle, but who fucking says that? Like, if you have a problem with my outfit and
public, Facebook says it. Facebook says it.
But this bitch had not one picture of her online. It was all just shit. Like, if you're gonna say shit, first of all, back it up. Second of all, that's kitchen table talk. You know what I mean? Like, don't you talk about people behind their back like normal people, but you have to put that up. But so my response was just like, oh, I guess that says something if the haters are coming on. Have a blessed life.
Yeah, but you can't argue with people that are profile pictures are called rusty lipstick or orange tomato.
And I didn't. I was
those
just
are real people. Those are fucking bots.
Yeah, I'm a woman of a certain age. I have the balls to be out there and, doing my thing. If you got a problem with it, oh well. But it was just kind of interesting because I never say anything mean to anybody. If I want to talk shit, I'll say it to my friend when nobody's around.
Lisa, are you on TikTok?
Not really, no. I have to get better with that.
If you want to get to my level of crankiness, I did not want to go on TikTok at all, but it seems like even if I put a fucking small clip, Phil, the other day I did a clip, it got over 700 hits. Yeah, I did a little AI clip and it got 700 hits on TikTok.
Wow.
So once in a while I got to post it there. So I'll scroll through for a second. Worst. It's hours and hours of videos of girls just going.
I don't get it.
Like they're not even doing like they're Marilyn Monroe would roll over in her grave if she knew what this generation is.
I mean, look at Kim Kardashian. She got famous for fucking someone and
What's
posting
up, Paul?
a video about it and using. I mean, kudos to her. She's a great businesswoman and shit. But you know,
I'm
nobody's
not worried about it. If you want to fuck your way to the top 5, Madonna did it. We loved her. So
But you
I
didn't
get
do that.
it.
Well, Madonna had talent. She was a singer and a dancer. Kim Kardashian, I mean, she's a glorified porn star. And Kim
Okay.
Kardashian, if you're listening, leave me alone. It's just a joke.
Nobody likes her. I don't know why you're worried about it.
I mean, I have mixed. I think she's a great businesswoman. She used her plastic surgery and everything else that she got to her advantage to get to a certain point and really talked about nonsense like, oh my God, Pete, like, can you believe? Like,
I'm gonna run for president, and this is what I'm gonna do.
uh-oh.
My first year in office, I'm gonna shut down all electronics. I'm gonna build Kodak booths in every town. And
Oh my
these
God, remember Kodak booths?
And I'm gonna give these chicks those disc cameras.
Yes.
We're gonna see how they can do selfies. All right, we gotta wait 3 weeks for it to get developed. You know what I mean? Like they would be lost in our generation. How the fuck? What do you do with all those pictures? Like when someone finds a phone 100 years from now.
When my son was in high school, I would be sitting in the car with him. He's in the passenger seat, and all I see is flash, 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 flash. I'm like, how many fucking pictures of yourself can you possibly take in the span of 30 seconds, and why?
Oh, if I'm standing in line somewhere and they're doing the duck lip or whatever they're doing, I'm always like, I'm ruining every picture I can. I don't care. I'm that get off my grass guy.
Yeah.
But Ricky's like, why do you get so mad? I'm like, because they're not. Look at the faces. I don't understand either. Maybe I am old. I don't get it.
They don't do
I
anything.
Get it.
Yeah.
Why do you got to be photographed every 3 seconds?
I don't get it. And you know what's funny? As an entertainer, and I'm a real estate agent, a lot of realtors make all these videos, and I have no problem talking to you guys, being in front of people and
Right,
doing
Bob?
things. But I just feel funny to be like, hey, it's me, I'm blah, blah, blah. Like, I just feel, and again, maybe I am old or just different generation, but it's too self-serving. I mean, I know you got to do self-promotion. I get that. But it's not like,
For what?
be this way.
For whoreness? What are they promoting? Whoreness? They
I
don't
guess.
do nothing productive. What are they doing, Dave? Dave, what are they doing? These kids.
That's all. I mean, listen to the music. All you have to do is, back in the day, there was a comedian who said, there was a guy who was like, I'll give you the sun, the rain, the moon, the stars, the mountains. And now
That's
these
what
guys
it
are
is.
like, I'll give you this D.
I'll give you this dick while they're walking around in high heels in a pocketbook. What the fuck? I don't understand. Even like the old school hip hop guys are like, I don't even want to listen to hip hop no more. They're turning the country. They're turning the country. It's like, what?
I just see you're making us sound really old. I sound like, turn that music down and get off my lawn. But the music of today is just crap.
But it really is crap. It's not. These kids aren't going to have like who are they going to look up to? Megan Thee Stallion when they're 70. Cardi B. Like there's at least we had decent like normal names. Yeah, like I mean, yeah. I guess I could say Busta Rhymes when I'm 70, but
Busta Rhymes will probably be killing it though. At least he had a flow and.
No, I know, but I'm saying like who is there? And I'm not against tattoos. Don't get me wrong, but these people with the The whole body tattoo.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
When
Well,
they're 80.
the face tattoo, I don't understand.
Those are so distracting. Like when you talk to a person, you're usually looking at their eyes or
Right.
somewhere around their face. If you have like people put text, like if I'm distracted where I have to read your head as I'm trying to speak to it, you gotta cover that. It's like reading the crawl at the bottom of like CNN. Like I'm supposed to be watching this, but I can't look away from that.
Exactly. You're like, focus. Don't look up here. I'm trying to focus on your eyes.
These
And
chicks nowadays. Phil.
What's even worse with these people is that when they take a selfie, the photo image is reversed. So the text, you have to hold up a mirror to see what exactly.
Oh wait, your password's encrypted because it's backward. I'm just.
You know what though? They're gonna start saying for a good time scan.
Somebody's probably done like a barcode on their arm or a QR code and just scan it.
It's gonna have their cash app, their address, everything. You're gonna be able to scan a bitch from the highway.
Or you know how they advise people like to put an entry in your phone so like if you pass out in public somewhere they can look up like an emergency contact to call. Why not just get that if you find me passed out in the gutter, call this number. Put it on your arm.
But these people nowadays they have on two arms. In an emergency, if I'm hurt, scan this arm.
That'll probably be mandatory one day.
If you want to
also while I'm getting medical help, here's my TikTok account. Please go watch my videos.
Exactly. Get to know me as I'm dying.
While you're stitching my arm back, watch me stick a fucking zucchini in my vagina.
Can you do a QR code as a tattoo? In all seriousness, is that possible?
Yes, you could.
It's possible, of course.
As long
Pete,
as
that might even be why they need medical attention.
a broken zucchini. If a tattoo artist can print it on paper, he can tattoo it.
Oh my god.
That's why you see people that have like portraits of their kids and stuff like that because it's printed and then they transform it to some certain paper that makes a stencil and then they put that stencil on your arm and that's how these guys don't have.
What I'm saying is if you have the QR code on your arm as a tattoo and you scan it, can you scan it?
It'll work. Yeah. As long as it's a good tattoo, yeah.
I should maybe get tattoos of my kids on my arm just so I remember who they are. Like, I don't understand why you have to.
Why you don't talk to your kids?
No, I do. I'm just saying, like, how many? Oh my god! And I forgot to say the most important thing.
And I got ADD.
I do have, yeah. So does my daughter. And I mean, just kidding. But today is July 17th, and it is my oldest daughter's birthday.
Oh,
happy birthday!
Happy birthday to you.
What's her name?
Happy birthday to you, Taylor. Happy birthday, Taylor Antrim. I love you. She's probably not listening, but we'll send this to her. But
I can send you a short clip if you'd like it.
Oh, sure. That would be great. But yeah, I meant to start the show that way. She's my firstborn, and she's the one who made me a mom. So she's extra special. She's actually recovering. She broke her ankle.
Oh.
Is that the 27-year-old?
Well, I can't say her age, but she's a little older than 27.
Okay.
But yeah, so she's recovering nicely from her.
Wait. You can't say her age because it's taboo for you? Or taboo
no,
for her?
It's not taboo for me. Usually I forget how old I am. I've literally gotten into arguments about people about how old I am, but I'm 54. My daughter, I had in 1990 something.
That's not late.
No, I know. I don't know if she'd want me to broadcast her age. They say I have a big mouth anyway, so you can figure it out. Her name is Taylor Antrim. Look her up on Facebook and tell her happy birthday, everyone. And maybe her birthday date is there. Her age, maybe it's not. But
is she married or no?
No, she's not married.
Boyfriend?
Girlfriend. Yeah, she lives
children?
No.
Planning?
Nope. None of the above.
Oh.
Nope.
So you're not a grandma yet?
Hell no. I'm not a grandma yet. My son is 18. I make sure he's got enough condoms because I explained to him I'm not going to be a grandma like my mom was. I'm not going to be watching your kid. I'll be like, oh, how cute, and spend a couple hours, and there you go. I'm going to live my life.
Can I ask how you make sure he has enough? Like as he's going out the door, here's a sandwich and here's some prophylactics.
Well, actually, the weird thing is we have a really cool relationship. He's like, Ma, I need you to buy me some more condoms. So I don't ask any questions. I just say, okay.
Well, in case you're wondering what happened to Pete's U-Haul, I mean, that's
I know. There you go.
condoms are all in the U-Haul.
Probably using most of them as water balloons right now.
You know what? My son is, speaking of customer service, right? My son is very handsome, we butt heads because he's a teenager, but he works when he comes home from school, he's a very hard worker, and he works at the gas station near where I live. It's a gas station / deli. So I don't know what the conversation was, but there was something happened in Middlebury Talks, and some lady, there was a write-up about him. She was like, well, they were bitching about how there's a lack of customer service, I guess, with young people. So she was like, I was at this deli in Southbury, and this nice young man came from behind the counter and asked me, did I need help finding stuff? And he then said that they had different kinds of iced coffee, and she proceeded to say she used to go to Dunkin' Donuts and get iced coffee, but the strength, sometimes it's too strong, sometimes it's too weak. He responded that he used to work at Dunkin' Donuts, but they don't care about their employees because it's a chain. And he was so nice, and he took pride in his job. And he said to her that it was his second summer working there because he goes to school in UMass Boston. And what a nice young man. I'm like, and Chris sent me the thing. I was like, that's my baby. I'm like, first of all, when have you ever been to a gas station / deli where they come from behind the counter to ask you if you need help with anything? Never, right? So I was like so proud of him. He drives me crazy, but he's a good, hardworking kid. And he takes, most teenagers are like, can I help you? You know, and every time I go there, he's like, oh, let me pump your gas. And he's like, hey, Mr. So-and-so, hey, how you doing? Like knows everybody. And, you know, that's a good trait to have in life, as you know, because people will remember him. And I did something right, even though, you know, as parents, we never know. We hope. They drive us nuts. We love them. We hate them. But we don't hate them. We have strong dislikes sometimes. But so customer service.
Oh, no, I hate my fucking kids sometimes.
I was trying not to say that, but I get it. I mean, they don't, when you have a baby, they don't say in 15 years, you're going to want to strangle this child.
It's not hard. It's not bad to say you hate them once in a while. Really not.
Well, thanks for giving me permission.
Well, because they say it to you.
True. And if your kids have never told you they hate you, then you're not doing a good job as a parent.
I'm a firm believer of giving it back. Fuck you. I hate you too then. Because
Oh,
you know, this is 2024. I can write you out this motherfucking will. I'm telling you right now. This house in my name will not be in your name tomorrow. Now, how they changed their tune with that shit, right?
mm-hmm.
This is Pete's audition for Live PD.
It's for Daddy Dearest, the remix.
Yeah, kids like to push your buttons, man. Even my son, I love him. Just today, we're having a conversation. I'm like, can you just shut up? Sometimes you just gotta stop fucking talking. Just stop. Motherfucking me in your head, just stop.
Ricky tells me that during sex. Can you just stop talking? Stop. Yes, I know. It's your dick. I know. Yes, we know.
Well, it depends on what they're saying.
Whose dick? Yours, of course. All right, we know. Okay, we know.
Wait, it sounds like someone said that to you before, Pete.
Yeah, she's not a talker. I'm a talker.
No, I mean, somebody said to you, whose dick is this? And you're like, it's yours. I know.
Yeah, no, I know. It's yours.
You give her a script to read? Why? It sounds like you're just.
No, well, actually, it's kind of a script. If I'm asking, I want an answer, but she's not a talker like that. It's like,
Follow the stage directions, dear.
you know, sometimes when you're having sex, you're like, God, whose dick is this? And you put the woman or the man, whoever you're with, is supposed to say, it's your dick. That's right. It's your dick. Or whose pussy am I in? You're in my pussy. You know what I mean? Like, talk. Beautiful talk.
The first time someone said that to me, I was like, what? I don't get it.
Oh,
The
so
Kim
you're not a
Kardashian
talker.
video is not a tutorial, Pete.
Exactly.
Come on, you can have that kind of conversation.
Yes, we have lots of serious conversations between the sheets.
No, my biggest question is, did you come? I get no.
That
I don't know. I like the people that are trying to be nice. Let's not talk about that right now.
let's talk about sex.
Did you order the pizza? Because I'm hungry. Yeah.
Did somebody order a pizza?
It's every typical porn movie. I don't know. I'm very vocal. My mother didn't give me praise.
Your mother
growing
was
up.
vocal too, and you know this how?
Who? No, I'm saying my mother never said good job or you're doing
You
good
say
or
that
anything.
about your mom. I
Huh?
love you. I think you need therapy. You're always talking about how your mom did not say nice things to you. I'm sure she loved
It's
you.
my therapy. It's called PPRN.
Well, there you go.
Shit on fucking radio all the time. You know what it is? And Dave didn't come from a broken home, so I don't understand how he's
You're so
really
perfect.
good in comedy because he doesn't really have much brokenness.
Well, Pete, that's actually a valid point. Stereotypically, well, for a lot of comedians, it's their therapy. They're talking about what they've been through and they're just throwing humor in as a way of coping with stuff. I guess I'm the exception. That's not my background, and I'm grateful that I didn't have to struggle with the things a lot of people have, but not that I haven't struggled with some stuff. But yeah, it is a little unusual. I don't really fit the profile of a lot of stereotypes about people who do stand-up comedy.
So what is your background?
Oh, there you go.
I'm Irish. No. Well,
it's the background is what? The fireplace and then liquor. And
that's a painting.
How did you get into comedy, and whoever told you were funny?
I used to, I watched a lot of sitcoms growing up. As with a lot of people, I kind of got interested in watching stand-up before I thought I'd actually be doing it. I just really enjoyed it. And then I would find that I was very, very reserved as a teenager. I was constantly, like many teenagers, just constantly being feared of people making fun of me, laughing at me. And sometimes I didn't even know. I was just trying to if I said nothing, nobody could, judge me, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But as I was trying to start becoming more and more comfortable with just talking to people, I would be, I'd have conversations, and sometimes I would say stuff. I wasn't really necessarily trying to be funny, but I would just say what was on my mind, and people would start laughing, sometimes really, really laughing. And I'm just talking. I'm not even trying to make people laugh. So people started saying that you might have something there. So I started thinking about it and went to a performing arts school where they had a class. And
for high school, you went to performing arts school?
No, this was after I finished college. So early 20s.
Oh, okay.
No, I didn't start till
so you had no kind of drama in your life, Dave? If you want to talk about it, it's fine.
Not really, honestly. I mean, my parents were together for over 40 years till my father passed away. My family was kind of on the conservative side, and I don't mean politically, just the kind of conversations we have on this show. This is new to me as an adult. This is just not how anybody I talked to talked when I was younger. And if somebody did get a little bit out there, it was just I was just like, what the hell's going on? I'm not supposed to be here for this, and it took me a long time to just get comfortable with the fact and realize that sometimes people are a little less PG, I guess, to say, and just sometimes people talk like this. I can just get used to that, but that's just never how it was when I was growing up. Not that there was anything not that to my knowledge, I don't think anyone was hiding anything. It was just, you just didn't talk about certain things, and it just didn't happen. So it was that was another thing I'm getting used to as I got older. I wasn't really around people that were doing I'm glad I'm friends with Pete, but if he and I grew up together, we would not have been friends. I would have been scared of just somebody who's so outspoken, and just he's talked about the way he talked with his friends at the time. It's probably similar to how he is now. I just wouldn't have been able to deal with that when I was the age I would have been when he was in school. I think we're a few years apart. I wouldn't have been able to be friends with somebody like that. He just would have been too strong a personality. That would have been I can't deal with this.
So you wouldn't have been able to grow up in Naugatuck, is what you're saying.
Or our family would have moved.
Yeah.
So what was your first stand-up experience, and what made you think, I mean, I hear what you're saying, but what made you think because that's got to take a lot of balls. It's only you up there, and if you bomb, you can see it, and you don't know
Yeah,
if you're going to be
you
funny.
gotta
Or you actually
gotta
say
get used to that. But I did a class first, so I worked with an established person who would like you perform in front of them, and they'd say this was good, try this instead. So I'd kind of get feedback, and in the class, they seemed to think things were like that there was potential. Like some people were doing it just. Some people who take stand-up classes do so not because they want to get into stand-up, but just because they're trying to get out of their shell, try something unusual, maybe they do a lot of presentations at work, so they're trying to make them more interesting, throw some humor in, make things a little less boring, because work presentations can sometimes be tedious. But I was kind of interested in doing it on a somewhat serious level. And the inclination out of this group of people I worked with seemed to be that there was the potential. So I tried it. The first show I did went pretty well, which is not a brag because it sets you up for false security. Thinking
you did. I don't mean to interrupt
a restaurant in Hamden.
So how did you get that gig? You just
Well, actually, it was the graduation performance for the class. That was arranged with the owner. And then from there, I just started like meeting some people who ran either open mics or, as with everything, it just became networking. So I would kind of keep writing and do 5-minute sets here and there where I could at open mics and meet other people, and kind of grew from there.
That's so cool. What's funny, on a really weird note. So my son, when he was very, very young, had your serious stoicness of the face. And I used to say that even when he's hysterical now and he's very smiley, but when he was little, even when he was playing, he would always be serious. Oh, I used to joke and say, I don't think this kid smiled for the first 4 years of his life. And he's hilarious. And you remind me of him in a way. But anyway, kudos.
I think, and I look back now, I kind of was starting to get how humor worked. I would try to joke around like lightly, but because of my demeanor, people didn't get it. But I didn't realize at the time I would try to emulate what I saw other people doing and like connecting with their friends. But when I did it, it was like, Dave, what's the matter? Why are you so uptight? But it took me forever to realize that they didn't know I was kidding. And I kind of wish it wasn't that way. There's no sense in regretting that now. But I ended up comedy ends up being a place. What?
Phil,
comedy ended up being a good place for me to use the fact that you don't really know what I'm about to say, and that's very effective in comedy. So I found something where I think I do that relatively effectively now. Sorry, go ahead, Pete.
I don't remember the first time you were on very well.
He was on with. We mentioned this the other week. You were on with Rodney Thomas. Was his name?
Rodney Norman, and I think Jonathan, the musician, was on as well.
John Sixay was there. Yes.
I don't remember his demeanor though. Like, did we?
Rodney?
It was pretty much, no, your demeanor, Dave. It was pretty much the stoic type of demeanor.
I think I called him Sheldon, right?
Oh, probably. A lot of people call me that.
Yeah.
But no, the story I always tell is that you said you saw me walk into the studio, look around, like trying to figure out where to go, and that I looked so lost you wanted to give me a hug.
That's what it was.
Yes.
My memory's shot. I wish I
Mine's not that great these days either, but I remember that.
You know how many times I pick up my phone with a vengeance while I'm working and I'm going to send an email and here's me. Who was I just going to email?
Yep.
All
the time. It's a daily thing.
You know what I hate? When I get into Facebook fights and I'm typing, or when I even do a post and I'm typing, and then instead of checking it before I hit post,
I do that.
I check it an hour later, and it's like, everybody must think I'm a retard because of the way all the words change and stuff.
I do that all the time. I'm the type queen, especially because I'm always using talk to text. So I'm like, put it down, keep driving. An hour later, I'm like, oh my God, I said I'll get back to you in a sec. I meant second. Sorry.
Yes.
And you know what's funny is when you do post something, you read it back, and another person likes it. You're like, wow, there's other people out here like me that can not spell or stop fucking changing my words. That's all. Phone.
Exactly.
Not with you. I said fuck, not duck.
Oh my God. I used to accidentally say duck all the time. My friend always used to say, you always say blank is such a ducking duck. But they knew what I was saying.
So let's see. Let's check the calendar. Next week we have. Oh, that's right. Burke Floyd. Bork Floyd.
Bark.
Bork. I don't know.
Burke?
I'm
York?
upset with Trina.
Bourke Floyd.
Okay.
I don't know. He's an actor. We had him on a few years ago.
Oh, I remember somebody named Bork. I don't remember Floyd being the first name though.
Yeah, Burke Floyd. He was on Children of the Corn. He was also on Dawson's Creek.
Yeah, I remember talking with him. I don't know why I thought I had a different name though, but okay.
He was
that's
actually excited. He's like, I would love to be on your show.
I remember him. We had a good conversation with him. That's great.
Let's see if he
I'm
shows up.
texting Krina Fort right now.
You know her, Lisa?
Well, when I say texting, I'm messaging her. Because what the hell? I was so looking forward to another
I was
person.
too. I've worked with her. I haven't seen her in years. I was looking forward to her being on.
She was in Atlanta now.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, and Phil, at the end of the month, Melinda's on.
Melinda Ann, beautiful, beautiful woman. Seriously.
Well, I mentioned it to you. Melinda Ann's on. We got a really good schedule coming up. Melinda's on the 31st. And then the 7th is Corey will be back. But the 14th, I have a band in the studio on the 14th.
Where you were? Well, that's great.
Well, just two people, not a band, just an acoustic singer. And
That's
I
okay.
finally brought my business card out in public and gave it to them, and they were excited. Oh, you're gonna be on radio? Yeah, like in your house? Yeah, it's technology.
Nice.
Okay.
Before we sign off, I just want to take a minute to say people that think that they support our veterans really take a second to look into how hard it is for veterans to get their benefits, because I'm really trying to make some noise about that. And I could tell you a story about an interaction that I had with my dad's Republican congressman in Florida versus the interaction that I had here with the Democratic congressman in Connecticut. And it's crazy, but something needs to be done.
Night and day.
Night and day. So I'll tell you really quickly. So my dad lives in Florida, as you know. His congressman in his district is Gus Billericas, has been wonderful. When I called, somebody answered the phone. When I told them my issue at first with my dad in December, they filed a congressional inquiry and they helped push some paperwork along. Right. So my dad's still going through it. So I had called them and I said, hey, I really want to set up a meeting with Billericas face to face, on the phone, whatever. So she's like, hold please. She's like, he probably won't have anything for 4 months. Can you wait? You want to do Washington or Florida? I'm like, whatever, will get me in closer. The point is that they talk to me, right? So I was like, okay, cool. So I call a rep in Connecticut, say basically the same thing. Oh, well, if your dad doesn't live here, we're only for Connecticut constituents. I said, I understand that, but it's still a problem. The problem is these vets should not have to jump through hoops to get their service-connected benefits, blah, blah, blah. Oh, well, that's probably just in Florida. I said, no, it's not. I said, I could name at least 15 people off the top of my head that were either are medical personnel that work at the VA in West Haven or the one in Newington, blah, 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 blah. So he was like, well, the congressman or the senator is very busy. I said, so you're telling me in an election year, he can't talk to me or say anything? I'm just saying he's very busy. I said, okay, so what do I need to do? Well, I can take your opinion. My opinion on what? Like, what does that mean? You want my opinion on the subject I'm telling you about, or you want me to tell you why I'm calling? You can tell me why I'm calling. So I run through my spiel. He says, okay. I said, so what happens now? The senator will look at it. I said, okay, then what happens after that? I can't tell you. I can't read the senator's mind. I'm like, I didn't ask you to read the fucking senator's mind. There's got to be a protocol. Does he just take the emails and throw them away? Is he going to send me a form email, blah, blah, blah? Hang on a minute. So he goes on hold. He comes back. He's like, well, they'll put it before him and he'll try to get back to you. It's just such an asshole. I'm trying really hard not to swear. But anyway, so I said, okay, what's your name? He tells me his name. I said, what is your title? He goes, it doesn't matter. Click. So I call back and I talk to someone else and I tell her the story. I'm like, this guy should be freaking fired. I pay taxes here in Connecticut. This is an issue that I believe very strongly about, and not enough civilians know about it, blah, blah, blah. She explained the protocol to me. But my point is, I just want to say there's a lot of shit going on in politics right now. And whether you're a Republican or Democrat, it matters. if you really believe in your words, or you're just spewing bullshit.
Have you noticed the difference though between Florida and what's up, Rich? Between Florida and Connecticut, though.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I've only dealt with these two different politicians at a different level. I've also dealt with Noxic politicians who, you know, you grew up going to Mayor Rado's office and getting a lollipop or whatever. Bill Arakis doesn't know me from a hole in the wall, but they have somebody specifically dedicated to the V. They made me, even if they're full of shit, they made me feel like I mattered, and they have put in inquiries. This asshole who answered the phone made me feel like, we can't be bothered. Senator, I'll say his name, Senator Murphy is just too fucking busy.
Oh, we already knew who you were talking about when you said it.
And I don't even care. It's just, and if I had the guy's name, I'm not trying to start, it was James something. But like, why you don't treat people like that? You're in office because of the people that voted. And if this is, we're not just talking about I need more bathrooms or another stop sign. Not that that's not important, but the way that this country is going, and you're gonna, perfect example, what happened with Trump. I'm not going to try to get too political, but the Secret Service, you need people there that are supposed to do their job. That guy should have never been able to have the access that he did. The person that saw him is waiting for instructions or the go ahead or whatever, instead of just go ahead and you don't have to shoot to kill, shoot him in the arm, shoot him in the foot, whatever you got to do. I'm not volunteering to do that stuff. And those people, the CIA and most people are ex-military, and how are we treating them? And what's going to happen in 5 years where God knows where this country is going to be if we're going to be in a war? Because if we are, I'm not letting my son fight because it's just a mess. Anyway, I always go off on a tangent about this. So my point is, if you really want to support our veterans, look into how they're really being treated and why they can't get their service-connected benefits like that. And that's all I have to say.
Oh, well, that's good. I'm glad you said that out loud. But I'm also glad that you're noticing certain parts of the country and how they deal with it. And you can tell more Florida's less elite than up in Connecticut. And you can tell it's not even more of a Republican Democrat thing now. It's an elite thing.
And I wouldn't have looked at it that way until you said that. But I guess kind of, because
I'm going to give you an example of elitism. Disney is in Florida. Disney owns a lot of money, a lot of places, a lot of things. You literally can't be poor or middle class and go to Disney.
Of course not. It costs what? $100, if not more.
I'm going to break it down for you. So it's $189 for people 5 and up.
$189 to walk
one park, one day.
Woo.
One park, one day. So now if you go there for 5 days, you got a family of 4. Your wife, you, and your 2 kids. That's 2. So for 5 days, it would be almost $1,000 to go to all the parks.
And you can't go to all the parks in one day.
For one person. So you're talking $4,000 just to get into the parks. You're talking the cheapest hotel there is $300 a night. $300 a night. So now if you're staying there 5 nights, that's $1,500. The food is nothing more spectacular than Andrew Avenue and Naugatuck High School pizza.
Exactly, it's horrible.
It's chicken tenders. I mean, it's
horrible.
So here was my thing. Like, why can't somebody of like these people that own like Shark Tank and all that? Why can't somebody build a fucking amusement park next to it? Because there's plenty of land. Have the same kind of thrill rides, but it's, like you got, instead of Fruit Loops, you got Dupe Loops, different off-brand names. Why can't somebody build a park and just have just as exciting rides?
Disney would never do that.
Charge half of that and then charge half for the food and just put these other parks away. You can't even go to these parks no more. It's ridiculous.
Well, first of all, that was like when we were little, right? My parents, family of 4, we thought they were cheap because we want McDonald's. Yeah, but my dad was like, I'll make you a hamburger. My point is that we wanted McDonald's. We didn't want the greasy fucking hamburger that my dad was making that soaked through the bread. It'd be the same thing as Disney. Your kids don't want to go to a Doot Loop instead of Fruit Loop park. They want the real shit. Plus, Disney would never allow that. But it's crazy. How do you take your kids? Yeah, it's just insane. But The
I would
point
make mine ghetto Disney. It would be like all street.
Disney might sell. Get your ass on this ride.
Instead of Disney, it would be called Gizzy, and then it would be the Cardi B whole ride or something, a water slide. You know, big
You
water
might be onto
slide
something there. You
dark
better
tunnel.
plan that before somebody steals that. That might be a good idea.
It would be the Notorious B.I.G. roller coaster.
There you go.
I'd make it a hip hop park.
You should
Something,
patent
something like ghetto. Like when you came in, you didn't get free soda. You got 40s.
it.
And if you had like VIP status, you got a bag to put around it.
Do people still drink 40s?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't drank that in years, but it's
Lisa, you know it's around the corner from me is Mad Dog 40.
sure it is. I'm sure it is. I always say they should also have like a ghetto GPSs. I told you to take that turn at the stop sign. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Motherfucker, you about to miss the barbecue. Turn around. Stop and get some ice too, bitch.
Where's my Newports?
Well, not in Massachusetts. You can't get them.
Oh my God. Anyway, I'm a woman of a certain age and I gotta pee.
Well, go pee.
Well, I might as well just say goodbye, right? It's
You got
8:40.
20 minutes. You got 20 minutes. You always go to bed early. What are you?
Of course, I'm an old lady. I usually get up early and try to go to the gym, although that hasn't happened in a while. But
You try to go to gym or a gym?
go to the gym and I'll work out. You can't tell, but
I go at 5:30. I know.
because there's nobody. Well, it's better than going late. I can't stand when there's a whole bunch of teeny boppers there, and
I like going in the morning too because at the end of the day I'm tired.
exactly. If I don't go in the
wanna
morning,
to
it's
the
not
gym.
going to happen. If I've tried to go late in the day, and here's me at the gym in the day. 1, 2, 15, done.
Problem is my gym has a big open window in the front. And normally where I work out, it's a D-line window to Carrabba's and Burger King.
Location.
Location, man. I'm like, oh damn. But Burger King isn't open at 5:30, thank God.
Yeah.
So you have to bring your own Doot Loops.
With my powdered milk, yeah. Hoey Charms.
Oh, isn't that a show in EWTN?
Count Dicula. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I'll come up with a lot of
That's going to be a roller coaster in your park, isn't it?
Count Dicula.
My mother is calling. Are you ready? Should I put her on speaker? She'll kill
Yeah,
me.
let's hear her. Let's hear her.
Yes.
Hang on. Hey, Ma.
Oh, hi. How
Hey.
are you?
Good. How are you?
All right. You behaving yourself?
I'm trying.
I went to visit Taylor today, Angie and I. So I
Oh.
want to tell you happy mom's birthday. That's what I will put it.
Oh,
for
thank you.
know? Yeah. Remember when she was born?
I remember. I was
think,
there.
I think the ophthalmologist remembers too, right?
Yes. Oh my God, you called the wrong doctor. She's like, my daughter's having a baby. Oh, sorry, wrong number.
Let me make sure your eyes were good.
You could write a book, right?
I know.
But yeah, it was wonderful. It's a long ride, but it was very nice, you know? So
Yeah.
we took a cake and some food and so on. So it was nice.
Oh, that's nice.
So,
But
yeah. So
can I call you
missed you,
back?
But you sound as though you're in the midst of something. Yeah, I'm glad I'm glad you picked up. So I'm still kicking, you know. I'm still kicking.
I know.
Let me let you go, sweetheart. Okay.
All right.
All right. Keep me posted about your health.
I
Double
will.
flopped.
Okay.
Bye, darling.
All right.
Love you.
Love you too. Bye.
At least she didn't ask if the venue was paying for her dinner.
I was ready for her to say, you remember that time when you had the baby and your uterus fell out? And they split you open and you had to have 17 stitches. Remember that day?
I'm not
Happy
surprised.
birthday to your son.
Oh, I'm
I didn't
surprised she didn't say something like that. So my
I
mother.
didn't know Miss Cleo was still around.
Wait, you remember Dave Chappelle? He's like, and I had a sneaking suspicion that bitch wasn't even Jamaican. First of all, let me just clarify something with you, David. Miss Cleo was a fake Jamaican. I'm a real full-blooded Trinidadian. So there's really different accents. Just want to let you know. If my mother ever heard you compare her to Miss Cleo, she'd want to smack you across your bald head.
As a comedian, I'm supposed to say things that everyone knows I don't mean. You don't have to like them. You just know that I'm making stuff up half the time.
I know that.
That's why I want to be a comedian, because I don't want to get punched in the mouth for the shit I say.
I did have a church group once tell me, yelled out from the audience, "Oh, you going to hell." That was fun.
Why would you perform for a church group? I mean, a gig is a gig, but
I wasn't performing for a church group per se. They just came in. They were part of the audience. This group of 8 women.
they wandered into a bar.
They wandered into, so it was a club at a casino. This was the Saturday afternoon early show. There was maybe 30 people there, and this group of 8 women who looked like they came right out of the Baptist church on a Sunday morning comes in and sits there. Like, I don't know what you think you're getting with casino comedy. And I'm pretty PG. Pete will tell you, when I am not like vulgar, I am not dirty. And I got told by one of these women, "You going to hell."
Oh my
So
God.
if there was somebody dirtier on it, I don't know. They might have left. They might have thrown crucifixes. I don't know. But it's like, you think I'm bad, you probably shouldn't be going to live comedy anyway.
I would have thrown water at him, like, you're gonna burn too, bitch.
She probably ordered holy water off the menu, but it didn't come in time for me to be still on the stage.
Oh no, she's still waiting for that. You ever watch that infomercial like 3 a.m. where that guy sends you that water from the brook?
Oh my
He sends
God.
it to you in a little envelope, and you're supposed to be healed. You don't
So
remember that water?
real quick story. So Dave, the same way that you said you grew up and very conservatively, me too. If my mother to this day, Trinidadians, they have this thing called wine, and it's a kind of dance. Oh Lisa, why you learn to dance like that? Like, she's very, 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 you can't talk like that and don't swear. And I'm always like, yeah, fuck that. She's like, oh, let me clutch my pearls. So I'll like do stuff to make her upset. But anyway, she's also very religious. So she'll order stuff and gets the holy cloths from whoever and all this stuff. It's a funny story, by the way. I know my dad's not listening. My dad's going through a lot of shit, but doesn't have a lot of money, but somehow kept donating to Kenneth Copeland Ministries, right? So you can't make this up. So I saw a check. He wrote them a check that they just cashed for $173.
Oh dear.
So I called them today and I was like, hello, my name is Lisa Antrim. I'm power of attorney for my dad. Can you guys please, if he sends you another check, can you put a note somewhere not to cash it? Because he's kind of going through it right now and he can't afford to be sowing his seed. I'm not sure if we can do that, ma'am, but blah, blah, blah. I said, so Kenneth Copeland's worth $750 million. So let me ask you another question. My dad is in need right now. He repairs to the house, whatever. Can you help me with that? No, but we can pray for you. Okay, I want more than prayers. Can you show me the money? So then I said, so what do you do besides taking people's money? We do a lot for the community. I said, okay, well, what do you do for the community? Well, if there's a disaster, we're out. I said, well, let me stop you right there. There was a disaster in my dad's community. This is why part of why he's got issues with the foundation, blah, blah, blah. Oh, well, then we should have called him. No, nobody called him. Nobody went out there. So can you maybe send him some money out of the $750 million that you have? And my dad said, I've been watching Kenneth Copeland since I was a kid. He's been donating $70 a week forever. Like, can you do something? Let me see if we can have somebody get back to you.
Sounds like a senator.
It's like a what?
Sounds like a senator.
Basically. It's crazy.
So what's wrong with his foundation?
It's sinking. So with one of the last...
That's Spring Hill, Sonny.
Well, if you ever saw his house, it's like right on the bay there. And one of the last storms, I forget, whatever. He said, no, everything's all right. The water only came up to the living room. So you have stairs. He's got a garage here and a screened-in porch. So the water came up to here. But they wanted him to evacuate.
Does he live off of 50 or 19?
Off of 19.
He lives off 19.
Yeah.
So is it past where the mermaids swim?
Yeah. So if you're coming from the direction so that where the mermaids swim is in front of you and you take that right, that's the way to get to his house. And he's probably 2 or 3 minutes off of there.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because there was just a major sinkhole there.
Oh, was there? There's
Major.
I'm just finding all these stuff out, as you know, but the point is that
What's up, Adam?
huh?
Somebody just came in.
What up, Adam? Anyway.
Yeah, we just had like they were building a house. I think that's near your dad's house. They're building a house, and they were digging, and all of a sudden the ground let loose. It was 50 feet deep.
Oh my God.
It was so deep there was water.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
As you know, we have a very we don't have like a very solid foundation on it. We're a big beach in Florida.
Yeah.
Like the Lime Rock is that's all that's holding us up.
Right.
So when there's a drought, but thank God this year there's not. So your dad might he might be all right. But when there's a drought, Spring Hill is known, like the whole town is 90% sinkhole.
I did not know that.
Everybody's actually had their house fixed.
Wow.
So Spring Hill is actually 90% filled sinkhole.
That's
Because
crazy.
when it gets dry, the sand becomes sugary. So.
Well, I think that we should all call Kenneth Copeland Ministries and ask them if they can help pour some whatever they do, since they have $750 million. So I can do, remember the guy back in the day, Dana, I forget his name, on SNL. So everybody.
Harvey?
Yes.
Oh, church lady?
Yes, thank you. So
Too bad you didn't have Mike Bogoslawski anymore.
and I'm in your corner.
Remember him?
But I mean, for $750 million, they
You know,
should
you can call News Channel 8 down here and they'll do something.
believe me, I've called every place and there's a lot of talk and not a lot of action. But anyway, I don't want to go off on a tangent again because it makes me angry. And this is a happy show.
No, it's not. It's never happy.
Well, I
All right,
mean,
so, Lisa, you got any shows this week?
not in Connecticut. We have a show somewhere in New York for the NAACP, some kind of fundraiser, then 2 in the Hamptons, I think, on Sunday. And that's it. Just working as a real estate agent.
Dave, what's your next date you want to do?
You mentioned the Remans will be on the 7th.
Yeah.
Would I be able to join them, or should I come
Sure.
up with a different day? As long as they're okay with that.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
They have no choice. They have no say.
Who's the Remans?
You think Joe Minetti will want to do the 7th too, Phil?
I'll speak to Joe. I don't know if he can do video. I mean, when I usually interview him, it's by phone, but I'll speak.
He can
to him.
call in. I have a phone. He can call in.
All right, that's good then, because I'd like to actually see him on camera, but I'll speak to him.
Yeah, you might want to. Well, you'll be here, Lisa. For Joe's actually really funny. If you save him on Facebook or friend him on Facebook, he posts a lot of racy pictures.
I thought you were going to say racist.
No, racy. Like
Gotcha.
every day, it's a bodybuilder in a thong.
What's his name?
Joe Minetti.
Joe Minetti.
All right.
He's a Portuguese porn star.
Ew, I love Portuguese porn stars.
Yeah, and there's
Joe.
a gay one at that, so even better.
Oh, I have 2 mutual friends with him, I think.
His
Wait a minute.
his stripper name was Amber Alert.
Wait,
Actually, that would be mine.
Mannetti?
Yeah,
That's him.
He works at Concern Housing. He works at.
That's him.
Oh yeah,
he has a new job like every 6 months. He's
Sweet.
actually been in New York the longest I've seen him live. So
Pete, that's more often than you.
I know. I know. He's
Oh.
more than me. I know. So Dave, you got any shows this week?
I have a roast in West Hartford Friday. A
Are
few
you
other
hosting
things.
that or are you in it?
What was the question?
Are you hosting it or are you in it?
No, I'm in it. I have a few other things in the summer. Something in Waterbury in August. What's happening?
But every time I hit my desk, my USB's loose. Hang on.
Something in Waterbury. Is it a carjacking?
I haven't tried one of those yet.
No,
but
I mean you would be the victim of, not that you were staging it.
Well, who would sign up for that? That's just a.
No one, but that's what I think of when you say Waterbury. Sorry, all you
Ho-
Waterburyans.
hopefully,
Now-
other things happen there too. I haven't been to Waterbury.
yeah, rapes and no, I'm kidding.
Hey, Lisa, Red
I don't want to go now.
Red Lanford says hello.
Oh, what's up, Red?
Red is the
Tommy.
owner of Black Rock in Thomaston and also at the corner in Litchfield. So, really good friend of both of ours.
Yeah, absolutely.
You remember Red?
Of course, I remember Red.
Okay. He says hello.
Hey,
Bob Clark has the Stripe Show on Podbean. Go check it out. It's every Tuesday. I believe it's 6:30. If I said it wrong, I'm sorry. And then Phil with the Nutmeg Chatter every Sunday on WAPJ. I think Red can reach it from either restaurant. So if you want to tune in on WAPJ, you know that area, Red.
yeah.
What time is that show during the day? 3 o'clock?
3 p.m. 3 p.m. Just find it online at nutmegchatter.com. So all the episodes are online.
And if you never heard it or seen it or whatever, he
Heard it.
interviews a lot of like authors, a lot of movie people. He's your Caucasian critic for books and movies, I want to say.
You could
You're
say
local.
that.
Roger.
I don't know what to,
The heck of a columnist name, the Caucasian Critic.
the Caucasian critic. Cece. We'll call him Cece. And Phil's also a writer too. He's had some books out and everything else. So go check him out, please.
And a historian. I was impressed by your last conversation last time.
He's impressed by you as well.
Indeed.
Thank you.
They laugh. Yeah.
She just okay.
Anyway,
The sister in her comes out when you say that. I'm thinking, okay.
he couldn't be any whiter if he tried. The sister in her comes out when you say that.
That would be the female sibling.
I know.
I should have said it in my Fairfield County voice. The sister in her comes out.
And goes right to Trader Joe's.
And then he goes,
Joe.
Dixie.
I heard a bad story about Trader Joe's. Their prices went up.
Probably everyone's prices are going up.
I've never been to Trader Joe's.
That's the Target of Aldi's. So
There's
you know
not
how
one.
Target is like the upper class of Walmart.
Yeah.
Trader Joe's is the upper class of Aldi's.
There's not a lot around here. I asked my brother. I forgot
Milford.
what. Yeah, that's not close. Stop and Shop and ShopRite are right here.
You're in Watertown,
I'm in Southbury.
Southbury. Oh, well, you have the IGA.
That's IGA. No, that's far. That's in Woket. The
No,
closest.
there's a Southbury IGA next to the old studio, next to the Rathskeller.
Is there? Well, it's still not closer than Stop. I can't even talk. Still
part
not closer than Stop and Shop and ShopRite.
Really?
No,
Y'all got rid of your Kmart though, right?
there's no Kmart here. No, they sure
No,
did.
You got rid of it. That was
It's
a
a capitalism.
two-story Kmart. That was the only, or no, Watertown
Two-story?
had one too.
What?
Yeah, Southbury had a two-story Kmart, and I believe Watertown did too.
It's a Caldor now.
Is it a Caldor?
I never had the privilege of going to a two-story Kmart. I've been to a two-story Sears.
Yeah, Milford used to have one of those.
Wow.
All Sears were two stories, weren't they? Except for Waterbury.
Waterbury was 2 stories.
Was it two-story floor? Oh yeah, it was.
Sure was.
Oh, Watertown was one story. I thought they had the basement, Bob.
I think when Sears was in Orange, was one story there. Probably varied from location to location.
Yeah, and they're closing up a bunch of Stop and Shops too.
I heard that.
Yeah.
And Sonia's going.
Well, Stop and Shop is expensive compared to ShopRite.
Southbury, huh? You must have did well for yourself. Oh, look at you. Southbury.
No, I'm just a poor, hard-working black woman trying to put my son through college.
Not with them titties. You could be at the rat skeleton getting you a rich white man. Right, Phil? Phil's pointing at you.
What do you mean? I don't understand. No.
Well, no, but that's the thing. Too bad we weren't still in Connecticut. You could have drove to the studio every day. We were in Southbury for over 2 years.
Well, next time I go to Florida, I will, because last time it was a lot, but next time it'll be just to see my dad. So I'm gonna be knocking on your DJ door.
Yeah, let me know. That's fine. Your dad is like literally 5 minutes from me.
I know.
When you knock, ask him to play something by Mary J. Blige.
I know, right?
Did you eat anywhere when you were over here?
Yeah. Where did
Cheddar
we eat?
Kitchen?
No, we went to some Vietnamese place that was really good that I can't remember the name. There's a Trinidadian place in Tampa.
Oh, you went way down.
Well, that's when he was in the hospital, but they had roti. It was really good. We went to that was in Dunedin. We had really good Indian food in Dunedin where my uncle lives. Like we were there like 3.
After you eat all your food, guess what you are? You're done eating.
That's a good one, Pete. Oh my God.
That's stupid. I'm sorry.
No, that's like a joke that my stupid boyfriend would say, actually. He's the king of corny jokes. I'm going to have to tell him that one.
That's called Facebook. All right, we gotta go. It's 9 o'clock. Dave, thank you for coming on. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. Bill, always a pleasure. Lisa, thank you for always being on as well. Karina.
Thank you.
I
love you guys.
We'll see you, I guess, whenever. And don't forget next week, Bork Floyd, he's going to be on. Don't forget the Stripe Show. Don't forget Red's Restaurant in Thomaston, Black Rock, and also in Litchfield at the corner. But Burke Floyd was on Dawson's Creek, and he was also on Children of the Corn.
Cool.
If you're going to be listening next week, tune in. Look it up. You'll see the Dawson's Creek and everything else. Guys, also, please, Twitch. Like us on Twitch. We're on iHeart. We're on Spotify. We're on your Amazon Echo. We're on anything your podcast is on. Please go like those platforms and everything. And if you're sitting in your home and you're bored, just say, hey, Amazon, play PPRN, but I think it plays porn.
Don't pause so long when you say
Exactly.
I think it either plays porn or
you
it says, we don't play that kind of stuff.
Or maybe that's how you have it programmed in your house.
A lot of people don't see the show because they type out PPRN and it goes to porn automatically. So I don't know. But we're on iHeart, Apple, all that shit, anywhere you get the podcast. We're even on Spotify next to Joe Rogan. So, all right, everybody, stay black, y'all. Have a good week. We'll see you guys next week. Good
Peace,
night,
love,
everybody.
Good night.
everyone.
Bye, guys. I'll see you next week. So if you want to get Joe on whenever, I don't care.
All right, I'll get in touch with Joe.
All right, thank you. Have a good night.
Take care.